My name is Phil Peralt, and today I'm going to show you the new, relatively new facility in Onetick that allows a customer to set up elastic compute clusters for whatever use cases you need to solve. It's a relatively new facility that can run on AWS or Google Cloud, and there's an administrative and monitoring GUI that allows you to set this up. So you're looking at my Amazon console with two clusters. Cluster 1 is for equities. Cluster 2 is for FX. Equities has 2 nodes, 2 8-core nodes. FX has 2 4-core nodes. So here they are in the AM GUI, and we set up these 2 templates using the Amazon instance types. And here they are running in Northern Virginia in the USD zone 1A. We are using EFS storage that we set up here. And the data we have is TAC MBBO data for the equities cluster. So that's the cluster we're going to use. Let me show you the TAC MBBO data. So it's from August of this year, from the 5th through the 30th. There it is. The AM master controls, the primary master controls the cluster. And here's a Linux shell showing the Onetick processes that run here. It has the license manager. So your facility in AWS might be licensed for 64 cores, and then it's the AM master that has the process that runs, that hands out licenses to the instances inside the cluster. You can use whatever cloud facilities are available for storage. So it could be EBS, EFS, storage gateway. You can use whatever encryption might be provided. So you could use the key management services from Amazon and or the customer master keys. Okay. You can then, like I said, set up any number of combination of different data stores, different number of clusters with different types of instances. Okay. The meat to controlling the cluster you can set up right here inside of this Onetick GUI. And the meat is here. So for the equities cluster, we have a minimum of 2 instances, a maximum of 4. If the CPU for the 2 running nodes goes above 70%, the system will start up a new instance for you. So we'll scale it out. And it will use spot instances if the cost of the current spot instances is 30% of the default cost. And you can, tweak this and change it any way you want. Same thing for FX, okay? And then you can associate storage with the cluster. So right now we have equities associated with the TAC MBBO data. We could add it to the FX data just by coming to this little screen and clicking on this, okay? So relatively easy to use the GUI to set up your clusters to accommodate whatever use cases you want to do compute on. Let me show you a little demo of, we're going to do the Russell 3000 across the week, and we're going to do the average daily spread. So there's the pass-through, select star. We add in the spread calculation, and then we do a compute across the entire time series, and we just do the average. So there's how we get the average spread. Let me run this. So this query I'm running from my desktop is being distributed to the 2 Equity 1 and Equity 2 nodes in the AWS cluster. This will take around 20 seconds, and it goes over about 440 million ticks that are on that EFS storage mount. And so that's how easy it really is to get your cluster up and running, to configure it, to have a control over how the cluster scales out. And a couple of other points worth mentioning. In a coming release, you're going to be able to just use the GUI to set up your clusters, and then you can turn them on and off through for example, a Python command shell running on Linux. So you could have a cron tab or control N job that runs that every night at 8 o'clock it might do some processing for you and fire up and run the query, fire up the cluster, and then it could also turn it off when it's done. So you'll be able to automate the use of these clusters as well and not have to use the GUI. So that was pretty much it. Thank you for your time. Bye.